Almost purpose-built for the European market, we've already spent quite a lot of time behind the wheel of the Lexus CT200H. Launched just ahead of the Paris Auto Show, we had some time to drive it on twisty European country roads, speedy French highways, and even the nightmarish Parisian traffic. But there's one place we haven't had a chance to drive Lexus's sporty hybrid: at a racetrack. But before we get to that, let's take a look at this very European Japanese car. For starters, it's a very functional 5-seater hatchback. It has reasonably good room in the second row for full-size adults. It has lots of cargo room, 14 cubic feet in the back hatch, and that expands to 34 cubic feet if you drop the 60-40 split folding rear seats. So that's a great setup right there. On top of that, it still retains the Lexus sort of tradition of luxury. It's well appointed inside, and it's got all the gadgets and gizmos you'd expect in that car, as well as some, just really nicely finished materials inside the car as well. On top of all that, the drive quality, it's serene and quiet, luxurious, exactly what you expect from Lexus again. And this might be the best quality paint on any $30,000 car on the market. The Lexus CT has several different drive modes you can access using this control knob right here on the center stack. There's an EV mode button which allows you to just access electric only power for short periods if you're stuck in traffic. There's an eco mode, a normal mode, and what we're most interested in today, the sport mode. So when you switch that over, the first thing you'll notice is that the eco meter on the dash actually changes over to a tachometer, giving you some indication that we're in for some fun here. What it does on top of that, it firms up the steering response, which is nice for the racetrack, makes it a lot more direct. We also get a boost in the electric assist. It's about 4 times the normal amount that you get in the normal mode, and really helps make the car feel a bit torquier, which is great. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, the CT with that sport mode pressed, you reduce the ability of the stability control system to kick in, something you'll really need, especially on a front driver on a racetrack. Having put in quite a few laps here at Toronto Motorsports Park, we can say that there's one thing that's really holding back your lap times when driving the Lexus CT200H. And no, it's not the 134 horsepower Prius engine under the hood, although that is partly to blame. The real problem, however, is the stability control system that can't be fully shut off. And a lot of times you find that there's actually more power you could be using if it weren't for that stability control system kicking in and ruining all the fun. The CT was blessed with some reasonably good go-fast goodies from the factory. For starters, there's 17-inch wheels with 215, 45, 17-inch tires. They are low rolling resistance all-season tires though, so you're not going to get great performance out of them. It does have a McPherson strut front as well as a double wishbone rear suspension. So that's all sort of the items you'd like to have on a car like this, so that's a good start. Unfortunately, while the car is actually designed and set up, it likes to rotate. Once you start to do that, the stability control kicks in and kills some of your fun. So that being said, you have to find some sort of unique and different ways to go fast. As a stock car, there is a decent amount of suspension travel here, but you can actually use that to your advantage and really use all the curbing that's out there on the track. On top of that, you have to kind of work around the stability control system. So if it's going to kick in anyway, you can actually sort of dive into corners differently and really let the tires eat up some of the speed as opposed to the brakes. That's really not the ideal way to go fast, but that's kind of one way to work around it here. On top of that, we really found that by doing that, you got to preserve the brakes a lot, and after 5 laps, we weren't overheating the brakes, which is really impressive on a factory stock vehicle. Although that may have something to do with the fact that with just 134 horsepower, we're never getting all that fast down the straights anyway. Watching the car go around the track, the body roll is actually sort of more noticeable there than when you're behind the wheel. And that's because of Lexus. They've worked very hard to make it a calm and serene driving experience, exactly what you want. So you may not really win any races, but you could probably put your grandmother in the passenger seat and not give her a heart attack. With a good feel behind the wheel, some solid dynamics, and a relatively torquey motor that makes it some good fun around town, the CT200H has some of the right components. Unfortunately, that stability control system is really just holding it back from shining a little brighter. Although perhaps the best reason not to take the CT200H to the racetrack is fuel economy, the same reason you're going to buy the car in the first place, to drive to the office. We got 48 miles per gallon on our way to the track here today. After a day, just 14.